Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here again, of course, at Solana, seeing what's going on. It did pull back as expected, hit our target of 141, bounced off perfectly that 0.618 fib level, and now we're right here at about 142.75. So is this good? Is this bad? Well, we're going to talk about this descending trend. Obviously, it kind of broke the more short-term immediate, but truth is we're going to have to kind of reevaluate and see what is going on here. Generally speaking, when this stuff happens here and we see this kind of divergence, we want to presume it's going to continue lower. But once again, this 0.618 fib level, common support range. So we got to give that a chance to hold too. So again, usually we're in these kind of transitions, you don't want to try to short the bottom or effectively take a long when the price could continue to run down. So I know it's tough and weird when situations like this occur, but we just kind of got to be vigilant, okay? So thanks again for liking the video. Comment below if you get a chance. Deeply appreciate that. Thanks again to all the people who've been doing that more consistently on every single video. It really helps grow the channel. And more importantly, just get this in front of more people so Moon Boys stop getting them destroyed, right? While I appreciate and love having new members coming over to our community so I can help them restore their portfolio, I really don't like the fact that they've been kind of screwed over because they have this false representation of what crypto is all about. It's not sunglasses and techno music. It's logical, sensible conclusions that allow for us to make better decisions based on just simple and easy to use indications, right? So again, I make it sound simple. It's not as easy as I make it sound, but the truth is with practice comes patience, and more patience, you're going to be doing a lot better. Either way, okay. So liquidation here, we saw the local longs just get destroyed here. 140 swept, all said and done, billions of dollars gone, all right? So that's normal, that's very standard. We talked about that yesterday being an area of concentration. Now that it's hit, is the price going to recover? Well, in short, yes, it already kind of has. But is it sustainable? That's the question. So we're going to find that out. But I don't really think it is, honestly, just based on the way that the market's moving right now. Bitcoin is looking like it wants to continue lower. Tons of liquidation. I mean, if you take a look here at Bitcoin's liquidation chart, it is ugly to the downside. 61/60K seems like a probability at this point, and this bearish rectangle is just about to break. Okay, so again, I think we see a little fake out towards 63K. Possibly not, and that'll reflect negatively for Solana. As you can see, Bitcoin pulling back just a little bit, Solana doing poorly. Okay, so when you see that correlation between Bitcoin and Solana being disadvantageous, Solana is more likely to continue to run to the downside. We saw the same thing with ICP. We have an ICP short open as well. It's also trying to run too. Okay, so again, really cool stuff there. Generally speaking, you see what, 21% from ICP from a trade we took yesterday. Okay, so either way you look at it, we're not here for those, but I just want to kind of give you some indication that, when you see a coupling or a decoupling of altcoins to Bitcoin, you may want to consider going in that direction it's heading, okay? Right now, Solana is going down, and this probably hasn't discontinued just based on the overall sentiment in the market. Taking a look at the daily, let's work our way down. Actually, hold on. We didn't talk about the macro. There is, 136, I would say, would be the next key level of support based on all the liquidation that kind of drops off right there. So 136, as talked about yesterday, there's some concentration liquidation there. We could very well see the price action pull back to that level. And to give you a representation, 136 is somewhere in here. That's basically the local support range here because we saw a lot of support and resistance at 136. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again. Okay, so let's look at the areas here where we're at. So first of all, daily time frame, we are below all moving averages minus the 50. Okay, the 50 is somewhat of a support range, but you don't base your trades on that. Some people will take longs based on that one thing, and it's a terrible call. Same thing with trading patterns. I think there's a falling wedge pattern on Bitcoin. I really don't think that that's a distinct likelihood, if you will. In other words, I don't think that's going to matter too much in the big picture. While it could break out, we're probably going to see a false positive. That could reflect here, but what I'm getting at is when you see chart patterns that are pointing up and everything else on the chart is pointing down, don't trust the pattern, okay? The patterns are supposed to reinforce that behavior, not essentially remove it altogether, right? So just, again, we want to compound our decision to take a trade, and it needs to be compounded by good logical things that increase the odds of success, right? Right now we see a bearish divergence. We're under 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is right there, but stochastic swinging down a second time, letting us know this momentous uptrend is discontinued. I wouldn't say it was momentous at all, but this little recovery, this slight relief rally is unwarranted, if you will. And we take a look here, we're pretty much below every single moving average. And I don't care about the 200-day SMA being right there. Some people put way too much emphasis in it, and the 200-day SMA is strictly just an indication of the overall sentiment. While we're above it, that's nice. It doesn't mean we're just going to bounce right off of it. Some people kind of get really crazy about, oh, we bounced off the 20-day SMA, we bounced off this and that. The truth is they're just little ranges that we understand generally for trends, right? The 20-day SMA to me, being under that, that's probably the most important on either the 4-hour or the daily. Mainly because that's like more of a short-term trend, kind of letting us know that we're on the wrong or the right side of the tracks. We're on the wrong side of the tracks for a long position right now. There's no other way around it, okay? So do not take a long. It doesn't make any sense. Solana is not looking strong at all. We are under the 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is low, getting closer to its bottom, but I don't really think we're going to see a bounce here. I think we're going to probably see further downside. We do see the MACD still diverging. Trend strength is low. There's really nothing here. Again, like one consolation of the 200-day SMA. Do you really want to take a trade on consolation? Do you feel good about yourself if you do that? Granted, chances are there's going to be some people that find success with that. Again, it's only occasional. Some people will take longs just to take a long at a certain area and think that their intuition did them a solid. Really, it's screwing you over for the long run because you seem to think that is actually how trading is supposed to work. The truth is, if you get lucky with the long right now, that's exactly what it is. There's no reason to take a long in general, unless, of course, maybe you're trading some altcoins that are doing fairly well, which like Phantom, for example, pretty good coin right now in the overall sense. I still got to dive in and find out, but like SUI, there's a lot of coins that are probably in pretty good shape right now. But Solana is not one of those. And I don't care if you love this coin to death, you are going to die with this coin, or whatever it is that you do. I don't know what these emotional idiots are all about, but all I can say is it's just one of those interesting dynamics that people seem to associate emotion with trading. It makes no sense to me. Anyways, remove that. It's not really the right way to go. More on that later. Let's take a look at the Ichimoku Cloud on the hourly. This is kind of what's motivating me to consider a short with Bitcoin. We already have a short with Bitcoin open, or we just opened one rather, but we can kind of see a pretty obvious little pattern here. We're well below the cloud. The conversion line is below the baseline. We have a lot of like momentous reasons why the price is not likely to recover, among many other things, by the way. But I'm mentioning that because we see a very similar pattern here too. The lagging span is free and clear of the price action, or soon to be if you exclude candle wicks, which I generally do. We're underneath the clouds. There's a lot of reasons here why this is just not a good situation. Okay, so if we take a look at that, and then we take a look at our local point of control here based on today's trading day. We need to close above 143 to have any legs to stand on. Okay, so me personally seeing the combination of Bitcoin looking pretty poor and Solana performing more poorly than Bitcoin. And if you look at this here, this is an obvious bad chart compared to Bitcoin, right? It's pulling back a lot harder than Bitcoin is and not really regaining its bottom. Like, for example, Bitcoin has kind of retested this area here where Solana just keeps making lower lows. When you see that correlation, it's important to recognize that you're going to find much more success going in the direction of the trend. So do yourself a favor right now. Just I wouldn't say just take a bunch of shorts, but I am saying be very careful with longs. Okay, there's no reason to take a long really for any circumstance. Okay. Anyways, that's all I got for you. So sorry, I know I kind of jumped around there, but it's important to recognize the combination between Bitcoin and any altcoin you're considering trading. I appreciate you watching. Thanks again so much for it. I look forward to working with you too. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site. Don't forget to take advantage of Bitunix's offer here right now this month. Phenomenal exchange. If you use my link to register, you're automatically eligible. Take advantage of this deposit bonus, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.